Hey, okay, so we are going to try to graph this parabola with the help of our quadratic formula, right? Because we can solve equations that way, so they'll be able to help us graph too, okay? So the first thing we can do with the quadratic formula is, I know that if I have a 0 here, I can use quadratic formula to solve. And I know that to find x-intercepts, so where the graph intercepts the x-axis, right? So here's x and here's y, okay? I know that the x-intercept happens when y is equal to 0. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set y to 0, right? And then I'm going to rewrite the formula. So minus 2x squared plus 5x plus 7. Okay, now I'm going to plug this into my quadratic formula and see what I get. So quadratic formula says a is -2, b is 5, c is 7. So x equals -b, so -5, plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c. 4 times a times c. And then all divided by 2a. Okay? So if I input, I'm just going to do this calculation first, just to make it easier to write. So 5 squared minus 4 times -2 times 7 is 81. So -5 plus or minus 81 divided by -4. Okay. Oh, sorry, square root of 81. Okay. If you do this calculation or if you input it all at once, doesn't matter. But what we then get is that one solution is x is -5 plus root 81 divided by -4, and that is -5 plus root 81 divided by -4. I get -1 as one of the solutions. Okay, and then my second solution comes from x is equal to -5 minus root 81 divided by -4. So -5 minus root 81 divided by -4. And I get 3.5. All right, and so if these aren't nice decimals, then you would just round them because we can only do approximations, right? So -1 is one of the x-intercepts. So x is 1, 2, 3. So -1 is over here. And then 3.5 is over here, between 3 and 4, right? Okay. Now, the next thing we can do is, I'm going to get rid of all this stuff. I'm going to get rid of this stuff. Okay. The next thing we can do is we can figure out where the x part of the vertex is, right? That's what we call the axis of symmetry, okay? So that's always right in between the two x-intercepts. So -1 plus 3.5 divided by 2. If I average them out, that's how I'll get the axis of symmetry, and this ends up being 1.25. So that's like, here's 1, here's 2, 1 1/4 is like a little bit after 1. So my axis of symmetry goes somewhere along there, 1.25. Okay? Now my question is, if this is the x value, what's the y value? All right? Well, remember I have this equation here, and so the y value is going to be whatever I get when I plug this in. So -2, plug in 1.25 squared, so -2x squared negative 2 times 1.25 squared, plus 5 times 1.25, plus 7. And so when I do that on my calculator, I get 10.125. Okay? So that means that my vertex is at the x value of 1.25 and the y value of 10.125. So my vertex, the x is 1.25 and the y is 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 0.125. So a little bit above 10. And now I know that that's the vertex and my intercepts are already drawn. So I need a parabola that goes through these two things. So 3 steps. 1, find the x-intercepts using quadratic formula. 2, find your axis of symmetry by averaging out the 2 x-intercepts. And then 3, find the y value by subbing into the equation. And we're done.